Hey, how's it going, everybody? Finally got another pickups video for you guys, and got quite a few things to show you guys. Some of it's from Goodwill, some of it's from a secondhand store, and the other stuff is just from other thrift stores. So anyways, on secondhand stores, there's one that's kind of newish. It's next to where my mom gets her hair cut. So when I take her there to get her hair cut, I'll go check this place out, and they've given me some pretty damn good deals. In fact, one of the large items I got a while back, I have been meaning to show it, but I wanted to see if I can get the thing working, and it's computer related. I'm thinking it has a chip that needs to be replaced. It's giving me all the signs of that according to some of the videos and stuff that I've heard here on YouTube and whatnot, man. So I'll show that in the next vid. It was still the price I paid, as I got some games with it, which I was able to test out on a similar computer. So, on with the Laserdisc here. Let's see, I think I got all these upright. I'll just tell you what's way here. There's only a couple of them here that I paid a little bit more for that I got in Bullhead City. In fact, I got those two a while back when I had to make a trip down there, and I just had them lost in my large stack of Laserdiscs. Easiest way to do this here. Anyways, this I got locally from a secondhand store, and whoever brought these in took good care of their stuff. I think the only wear and tear, which really was on the baggies that they're in, is they were stored in a place with heat. But I've watched all of these but one, and all the ones I watched played beautifully, like they're brand new. Anyways, got Stallone and Antonio Banderas in Assassins. Pretty good movie. This widescreen collector's edition of John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Widescreen edition, Tales from the Hood. Okay, these are the two that I paid more for. This one I didn't mind paying more for at all, man. It's the one I was looking for. And unfortunately, the guy had $5 on all of his Laserdisc movies, but he had a lot. I was there for a good 30 minutes going through them, man. He had a nice stack. It's just a lot of them I either had already or didn't really want, or just didn't have the money at the time, and I figured they'll probably still be there if I take another trip. Otherwise, got the widescreen edition of Alien Resurrection, and it is like friggin' new. And whoever had this just cut open the shrink wrap on one end just to get the disc out. So it's still in its original shrink wrap, and the original price, I'm thinking this was the price when they were still brand new, like not a knockdown price, because it sounds about right on what these used to go for. It's $39.98. It just doesn't say which store it was bought at. So movies have always been expensive. Beautiful condition, man. It plays and looks like new. This one I gotta get a pouch in. Same thing. Just cut the end of it open here, but still has the shrink wrap. This one, same thing. I don't know what store this is, but it originally went for $36.95. Anyways, this is Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks in the Dragnet movie. Pretty damn funny. Antonio Banderas, Desperado, Deluxe Widescreen Edition. This is the one I haven't watched yet, but man, it looks like new. It's a letterbox edition of Michael Douglas in Black Rain. And this one, I got to go through my stack. I don't know if I already have this or not, man, but I was not going to pass up a brand new copy of it. That looks like it maybe got played once. Is it played beautifully? Anyway, it's got the widescreen edition of Stargate. And this is just the theatrical version. I don't know if they ever released the extended version of this on Laserdisc. I'll have to find out. Then Dr. Dre at Lover and Who's the Man. It's also got Ice-T, Crisscross, Heavy D, House of Pain, Salt and Pepper. Baja, Dajola, Dennis Leary, Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature, Run DMC, Money Love, and Humpty Hump. Pretty damn funny movie, man. I mean, as soon as they become cops, Dennis Leary's giving him shit through the rest of his movie on his weight and everything, and that he's calling himself Dr. Dre and shit. It's just this ongoing joke, but Dennis Leary always plays somebody batshit crazy. So worth it just for that. So anyways, everything was $2 a disc at this local place, and then Dragnet and Alien Resurrection were $5 a piece, so not bad. I haven't found more than just a handful of Laserdiscs anywhere in quite a while, and usually when I do, they are not taken care of. They are beat to hell, just not worth picking up. So that's something where you definitely got to take care of them. So plan on taking another trip to Bullhead soon. Hopefully he's had them long enough, because I mean, his stack was like this. It was on a long shelf, man, so it was the whole friggin' shelf. I'm hoping they're still there and didn't get picked through much, so he might go a little lower on the price, and then I'll pick up a few more. Alright, let's see. Something, I can't remember what I paid for this guy. It wasn't much. Just thought it was cool, and this is from 1982. Made by Showtime. Not the movie channel Showtime, but just a company that made stuffed animals. Anyways, stuffed animal of Eddie Torres. So, pretty cool. And all I had to do was get a blue permanent marker and touch up his eyes a little bit. Doesn't quite blend in, but hard to tell, as he's just going to sit on a shelf, but not bad shape for a couple dollars. Down to the end here. This I picked up recently, and it is like freaking new. This I paid like $3.25. Got a like new copy of Warlock for the Genesis, all complete. By like new, I'm doubting if this ever got stuck in a Sega, man. It's spotless. You'd think there'd be just little scuff marks or something from it rubbing against the plastic as you stick it in the cartridge slot. This shows nothing. This shows absolutely no signs of use other than it's just been passed around shelf to shelf. There's the cartridge. See the back of it there, man, towards the bottom. It's just spotless. And you got the original registration card still. This is just a little poster type thing showing some different games that they had out. Some of them did come with actual posters of the game. Unfortunately, not this one. And then the original manual. So, first brand new looking game that I picked up at my new Goodwill. So a lot of times when they get Sega stuff, man, it seems to be all the sports games. Either that or they just go really fast. I got lucky on this one and caught the guy as he was restocking the shelf, so I was able to just pick it off of his cart so nobody else had gotten to look at it yet. And on their games, they're all priced different. I've never seen a game at this new store that is the same price as another one. They are all priced different, which you'd think would be a pain in the ass instead of just having all the games an even price. But whatever. This is for all you metalheads out there, just people that are into heavy metal, 80s heavy metal. And this is something where I picked up a couple of them. They were dirt freaking cheap, and I went back and got the rest of them after I started looking these up, as they are worth picking up if you see them at a thrift store. There's a lot of thrift stores, especially just mom and pop type ones or whatever. A lot of times they'll have a basket on the counter or something that's full of just badges or whatever, like just pin badges. Anyways, they didn't have it in anything like that. Somebody brought in all of these at once, and they just had this little plaque or whatever that they were stuck to. So I just grabbed the cool ones. And all these are vintage. Anyways, this one, I gotta find one the same size so I can get the needle off of it, stick it onto something. One for Iron Maiden, and that is from the Killers album, where he's holding the axe, right? Not axe, hatchet. Okay, I'm thinking big. Anyways, really good shape on that one. And then I looked these up when I got them, and it's been a bit, man, so I can't really say on pricing, other than there are some that are worth a bit, going back to like the 70s and stuff for any of these old rock and roll ones. Anyways, for Scorpions, that does have the pin on it. Then let's see, this is Highway to Hell, or I may be wrong. Anyways, AC/DC. And this one's AC/DC, and then below it, which you guys are not going to be able to see, I can barely make it out, it says, "If You Want Blood." And it's made out of some kind of thick cardboard stuff. And this one, solid metal. Got one for Saxon. Anyways, this one was 50 cents. The one of Eddie was 50 cents. All the larger ones were $1. So if you guys find any of these, look them up, man. And I recommend going to the already sold listings on eBay or whatever, unless you have another site that will tell you if they're worth anything or not. Because when I was looking these up, I was just going on regular old eBay, and some of them were just way more than what they're worth. But you go into the sold listings, and at least you can see what people are actually dishing out for them. So definitely worth collecting. Now it's nerd time. So the rest of the stuff I'm going to be showing you guys is calculator type shit. And one of them, when I looked it up, I pretty much lost my shit as in score. And that one, I did find some batteries for it, and it works beautifully and looks really good. It was taken care of. And this first one I'm going to show ain't it. Anyways, this one was tricky on getting it to work. And looking at the instructions on how it works on powering it, it's kind of confusing. Otherwise, I'm still trying to find out the exact value of this one as I seem to only be running into the second model of it, where it's just a slight difference in the variation, I guess, or whatever. And that one seems to be around 20 bucks at most, maybe 30 if it's like friggin' new. Anyways, this is a Texas Instruments electronic slide rule calculator, model SR16, and I believe the other one I was seeing was just SR16-2. Let's see. Find it. Yeah, this one, okay. The year is 70 something. I just can't remember exactly what it was. This is where they literally wrote in the purchase date inside the book. Yeah, might as well show you guys the box. Not too bad a shape on the box. This one was an old school rechargeable. That's where it was tricky on getting this working right. I tested it at the store thinking I could power it with this, and I'm thinking that's a big no. I'm thinking it's just for charging the batteries. If you had rechargeable old school batteries in it, is what it would do is just flicker on and off real quick when I turn the switch on. Like, okay, it's trying to do something, and it just gave me the impression that it was the on-off switch. It just was dirty and needed to be cleaned, like it wasn't getting good contact. But that wasn't the story with this. So anyways, it's the only thing in the box there. There's my foam and stuff. Then I gotta wipe this down, otherwise it's in good shape. Nice, big freaking pouch. Has it to where you can hang it off your shirt or whatever. Just fucking screams uber nerd. They needed to have like an extra thing on this for pencils and pens and shit. Man, it's not big enough. Anyways, I think I still have batteries in this. Let's see. Yeah. It's the original manual. It shows signs of wear because they kept it in the pouch, and then sliding the calculator in and out just put friction on it. Otherwise, not too bad a shape. On this last page, had it to where they could write in the serial number and purchase date. Anyway, serial number on this is SR16 model, and then 032934. Purchase date was May 17th, 1975. So anyways, what was up with this is opened it up because you got to open it up to take out the rechargeable batteries or regular batteries. Hint, hint. Anyways, got a screw there and a screw there. That's where you plug it in to charge it. It's like a small size headphone style jack. And I believe it takes 4 AA batteries. Anyways, I'd swear the batteries that were in this thing were original to when this sucker was bought, man. They were old school, ever ready, whatever, and I don't remember them saying rechargeable on it, so I'm thinking somebody stuck in regular, ever ready batteries and then plugged this son of a bitch in and it fried the batteries. But it didn't kill the calculator because one of the batteries had leaked big time, like it started heating up or whatever. So anyways, after I cleaned up all that crap, as it was pretty messy, I put in just some regular old Energizer batteries, and it works beautifully now. There's the on-off switch. It's got that cool red LED, as you can see there. Put some of the numbers so you can see more. Like these old ones, man, that light up like that. They're just freaking cool. So, just got to go over everything and give it a good cleanup now that I got it all working good. So like I say, man, the one I was seeing for sale is different model, like the next one up, so I don't know if this one would be worth more or about the same or what. It doesn't really matter. I only paid $250 for this over at Goodwill. Alright, let's see. I'll show you these. These I got for cheap. This one, I really thought it would be worth more because it's the first of its kind. I think it's the next model, but it's when I looked it up on Wikipedia or whatever, they were saying this was the first one of its kind, so you think it'd be worth more. Anyways, this is a Casio Scientific Calculator FX/ 7000GA. A being the second variation. And then graphics, because it's a graphic calculator. Not in bad shape at all. And this one, you take out that screw, and this metal backing comes off, and then there's a little area where you put your batteries, which I haven't put any batteries in it yet. I just took out the old ones. Unfortunately, only one of them had just started leaking, so nothing to clean up. Let's see. Yeah, the batteries this takes are pretty friggin' common. In fact, a lot of your old school game systems like Sega Saturn, I think even your Wii systems, the original Wii, takes this type of battery, which is a CR2032. Anyways, this son of a bitch takes 3 of them. So 3 large size watch type batteries, so a lot of juice to run this. So hopefully it works. Otherwise, got this for 50 cents. And then same day, same place. This is the second one I picked up. I couldn't remember if I had this or a different one. Because my different one that I already had is totally different and a lot bigger. This is a Franklin Computer Spelling Ace. And I haven't tried it out yet, but pretty sure it'll work all right. So just early computer for just spelling words or whatever. It's kind of cool. They're worth picking up if you can get them for dirt cheap. Alright, now for the rest of Goodwill. Yeah, this one, I just got to find a couple little screws to hold the backing on. Otherwise, it looks like it should work okay. Battery hadn't leaked or anything. I got to find the right size battery. And I have no clue if this is worth anything or not. Otherwise, I got it for $1. It's one of them oddball little calculators. Probably from the late 70s or early 80s, mid 80s, whatever. Anyways, it's Caprice Executive. And then on the front it says Mini Card MC22 Auto Power Off. And it's got a regular on-off switch, and then it's got a little emblem that also says Caprice Executive. It's just a little card calculator. So just needs the screws there as you take off the whole back, and then the battery's in here. Nice little pouch. Like I said, man, I'm having a hard time looking this one up. It could be one that was handed out free as a gift from someplace or whatever. Maybe that's why I can't find it easy. I don't know. But when I do, I hopefully be worth more than $1. To the point, man, where if I see ones that look like they're from the 70s or even early 80s or whatever, even late 80s, man, I pick them up. It's for dirt cheap, because you never know. This one, I think I was able to find this. I just don't know really what it's worth yet, but all I can say is it's in great shape and it does work. Here's the booklet type thing it was in. This one's made by Radio Shack. This is a Radio Shack Statesman Thin LCD model EC/225. And same thing, 2 screws in the bottom here, and then the whole backing lifts off, and I think this just took one of them. Anyways, this one, and then the holy shit one that I'm going to show next that made my jaw drop when I looked it up. I was able to use the batteries out of a laser pointer that I picked up at 99 cents only. Just those ones that you find in this cat food aisle or whatever for cat toys. And if you spot it where it's the smaller ones, which they've had them before, where they're like practically hearing aid size batteries. Not that one. It's the one where it's the usual battery size for a laser pointer. Yeah, still got it in there. Just typical LCD. Once again, once I find one for sale, I'll let you guys know if it's a gem or a bust. It was only $1. Now this one, oh man, only if they would have had the original owner's manual / friggin' Rolodex manual. Is it big manual? Is it's not only telling you all the functions of it, it's telling you how to do stuff on this. And this one, if the guy was right, you can date this going by the serial number, which I believe this one is from 1987. And when I looked it up on Wikipedia, I think it was from 1981 to 88 that they made this. Show to you in the pouch, as the pouch is in really nice condition. This one's by Hewlett Packard. It's in Hewlett Packard computers. And it is an HP 11C in beautiful friggin' condition. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not counting this back piece as they got kind of a metal plate stuck to the back of it, feel like a sticker. And just from setting around, the glue's kind of freed up to where one side of it's kind of popping off, but nothing's broken. It's just glue. So let's see. I do have it on. Yeah. Should be powered on. And solid plastic keys there, not the little rubberized ones. I mean, this thing is made really good. In fact, I think when I looked this up on Wikipedia, the starting price for when this came out was like $130 or something. Man, it was way up there for a calculator. As it is a scientific calculator, so it could have been a fairly new thing. And what's cool on this, I don't know if there's more than two. So far, I have found people that have shown how to do 2 different diagnostic tests that you can run on this to tell you if all the keys are working properly and also if all the digits on the screen light up. Which on those 2 tests, like I say, if there's something more, it passed them. Let's see. The test, let's see, one of them you hold down the division symbol and then the on button, and this is something where you got to get the timing right. If you do it too slow, it doesn't work. If you do it too fast, sometimes it doesn't work, where it glitch or show error or whatever. You got to get it just right. And if it shows an error, just press the on button and try it again. And then the other test, you start by holding down the times key and the on button. So I'll try that one. So one of them, it'll flash the word running at you for quite a few times, and then it will light up everything. Okay, I think it's got to be both exactly at the same time. Nope. Okay, there it goes. See, it's showing the word running flashing there. Then it shows everything lit up to show you that your screen is good. Otherwise, it would say error and then I guess a number. So to get out of that, you just press the on button again. And then the other test, hold down division key. There it goes. And makes it so you can go from left to right and test out each key. Enter is the only one that you hit more than once. As you can see, it's going into both of the bottom rows. So when you go for left to right on there or whatever, you press enter, and same thing on the bottom. So do that. And when you get to the very end, it will say 11. Otherwise, once again, it'll say error and then a number. And on batteries, like I said, if you guys have got cats or whatever and got laser pointers, you recognize these batteries. So anyways, this one, when I looked it up, I was using my smartphone and I hadn't upgraded my app yet. I don't know if you can still do it or not. Is when I get on the computer, I can go into the advanced on eBay and then find out what stuff is actually sold for instead of what people are asking. Anyways, when I went into this regular old eBay to look it up, it was in the $100 category and up, depending on what you get with it. Hence, this has the pouch, so 100 plus. If they haven't sold it yet, which I kind of doubt because it was way up there, somebody had the calculator, the pouch, and the Rolodex manual, and they wanted over 400. And that's for what they want now. And the sold listings, about 50 bucks and up. Which on the $50 ones, they were selling them as either parts, pretty much from what I could see, or ones that are a bit beat up. On ones that were working, scratched up in some spots, like all the metal maybe scratched up, but still working good, about 100 bucks and up. So if you guys find one of these for cheap, grab it. I didn't research enough on it to see if they made any others like this that are valuable. Yeah, I think that's where I found it. I got on Wikipedia to look this up to see on how long it was made. Like I said, I believe it was 1981 to 88. And they had it to where you could download the manual in PDF form for anybody that does have one of these and needs a manual. And I think they had another one that was maybe a newer calculator. Same thing. They had it to where you can download the manual. Which on downloading manuals, I found if you're trying to find one for anything, calculators, game systems, whatever, and you run into sites, start running into sites to where they want money, skip those sites and keep searching on Google or whatever. I've even gone by the serial number alone sometimes and have been able to find manuals to download for free. There's always somebody out there that's possibly going to have one for free, hence all my Laserdisc players. I think all but maybe a couple of them, I've been able to find the owner's manuals for free. So just keep searching. Don't ever pay money for one, man. There's too many freebies out there, and they're just as good. So, pays to be a nerd and a hoarder, I guess, man. If only I can hit on stuff like that all the time at Goodwill. All right, last thing. Almost forgot this guy. More Goodwill revenge. This guy, I was really glad I had my smartphone because I didn't know if he was worth more than the price they had or not. They had 15 bucks on this guy. And other than a little kink under his head, which is no big deal, that seems to be a common problem with this one, as I've seen it in others for sale, if you can find them for sale. Hence, I'm thinking this guy's pretty friggin' rare. Anyways, this is a backwards there. Freddy Fast vinyl toy for Douglas Oil from 1976, made by Dakin. And out of San Francisco, California. I guess it's the company for Dakin or Douglas Oil, and then made in Hong Kong. And he's in really good shape. I haven't even started cleaning up yet. I gotta get some goo gone just so I can go over them a little bit. And stuff like this, I've mentioned using magic erasers before. Don't use it on stuff like this. Any of the paint, it will lift it right off. Never use it on anything like this. Especially vintage stuff, man, because the paint will come off really easy. Sometimes those magic erasers are a bit too freaking strong. So anyways, that's what he looks like. Give you an idea of his size there. Say just a little kink there from his bulbous freaking head. Otherwise, really good condition. And let's see. I'm going to round it off at 70 bucks. Go ahead and include the shipping on that. That's the price I saw for one on eBay that's still for sale, is in one. And not this time, but last time I looked it up, which I don't know why it wasn't showing them. Maybe I typed it in different. Anyways, I was going through the sold listings, and it was going for up to like 80 bucks. So, not bad for $15. And some of them I noticed, I guess these arms are kind of hollow or something. It was like they were getting worn on the fingertips to where you could see inside. And then some of them, it was just the paint coming off here and there, which on this guy, paint-wise, pretty damn good. About the only spot where, I don't even think it's wear, I think it's from when this guy was molded. Like maybe it didn't quite pick up or something, but where it gives all the information on his back. Right there, it's just a little smoothed off, like it didn't quite take on the stamping or whatever. Otherwise, his arms move up and down a little, and his head turns. So you can kind of see the kink in his neck there, which I'm not even going to try and fix that. The stuff, it's better just keep it as found. So, gotta get revenge sometimes. It's like, God, I'll see. I'd be getting a lot more stuff if it wasn't for their stinking prices, man. There's stuff I've seen there where, God damn you guys and your prices, man. Like stereo stuff, just old school stereo stuff. Like, if I'd gotten this at the new Goodwill, it would cost me a shit ton more than $5. As I got this for $5 at my old hoarder style Goodwill. They had one, God, I don't even, maybe a little bit bigger than half the length of this boombox. Just a little, I think it was a Panasonic little boombox from the late 70s, early 80s. That was broken, as in it was hanging in place. The piece that broke off was literally stuck inside the battery compartment. They wanted $30 for it, still, for a broken radio. And I've seen a lot of stuff like that. Like old school little portable TVs. They had one there. Old Sony one. I mean, it needed not only a bit of cleaning up, but some fixing. It's kid, man, it was like $20 or more. And it would have cost a couple of dollars at the other Goodwill. So the only good thing is I'm not seeing all the hoarders, but they're making me miss the freaking hoarders and all the phantom smells traveling through. That was one of the other things, man. Every time I went there, it was like you were playing the game Name That Odor. Because some of these people that would come in, man, don't you know what a bathtub or a shower is? Or not too far, there's a river. Stand in it. It's nasty. So there is a good thing that they've jacked up the prices. It's keeping the nasty people out. But some of it's just, you can't even blame eBay, man. I don't know where they're getting their pricing. Some of it's damn near retail. So, into my rant, into the video. I'll have another one up soon enough, I hope. So far, I've been feeling pretty good now that it's going to start getting freezing cold, but so far, so good. Catch y'all later.